Hello, everyone. I hope that you had a wonderful Memorial Day today. I hope that you took the time to remember what it's all about and to say a little prayer of thanks for the men and women that gave their lives for our freedom so that we have the freedom to celebrate and to pray and to talk and do the things we do. Okay, now what we're going to begin is called The Third Man. I've given you a little bit of introduction, but I'm going to give you some more here. If you can find the movie to watch, it would be probably pretty good if you can do that. It'll help you to understand the history a bit more, a little bit better about what was going on in Vienna. And I'm just going to review this real quickly. The Third Man was shot in location of Vienna in 1949, wrong camera, and it's generally considered to be one of the finest films ever made. Vienna is a capital and the largest city and also a province in Austria. The city lies on both banks of the Danube and is very important. It's an important port and railroad center. In the introduction to the film, Andrew Sinclair writes that this film set in a particular style for British films. It's a combination of realism, of background, and penetration of actual character. It's based on two main qualities of the British wartime cinema and a feeling for documentary detail and social purpose. The just lost my spot here. Sorry. The film was collaborated with Carol Reed, and she had made some changes in the play in order for it to become more, film oriented. The occupation, we also know that during this time period that the Austria was divided into four zones. We had the American, the British, the French, and the Russian. And this occupation ended in 1955. There's a peace treaty that was among five powers ratified on July 27th of 1955. Okay. Green wrote many books that combine elements of thrillers, psychological dramas, and essays on morality. He considered The Third Man to be entertainment or a light novel. The Third Man was named the best film at the 1949 International Film Festival at Cannes. The elements of the screenplay do make up the plot, characterization, setting, and theme. And I mentioned to you last week to make sure that you understand the terms on page 688. Now, the narrator is well-traveled and familiar with the black market and found to be hard-boiled, which means that he doesn't show much emotion. Enough to find death unremarkable. He looks back on events that we direct as colloquial or slangy. He's smart, but not an actual intellectual. The man's name is repeated because the man is important when the narrator wants to impress his name on us, such as Lime, Harry Lime. The movie begins with Holly Martins arriving in Vienna to visit an old friend, Harry Lime, but learns that Harry was killed in an accident and police consider him a famous racketeer. Harry Lime, that is. Martin knows that the police are wrong and suspects that Harry was actually murdered. Martin decides to investigate himself and find out what really happened to his friend. We know that Martins is offered a job by his friend, but we never know exactly what kind of a job it was. In section 8 in our book, we see that the repetition again of Lime's name helps to develop the curiosity and suspense of the drama. We also see where the porter speaks in German with no translation to help the audience. It shares feelings of bewilderment that Martins is experiencing. The plot that gets everything going is Martin's friend is dead, his trip has been futile, and this reversal sets the story in motion. Holly Martins is an anti-hero of this drama. Some of you, when I read over your notes, you wrote down that he was, there was an anti-hero in here, or some of you just didn't even include that. It's very, very important that you know that Holly Martins is an anti-hero and what exactly an anti-hero is. We did just discuss that the other day. And I'm going to end it right there and pick it up there tomorrow. Okay? And have a great night.